Hello world, it's your boy DJ, and we already understand we need to get our message out. What do we do to get our message out without having to be on the hamster wheel for content? Content wave. Hear me out. Think of it like this. You ever splash somebody in the pool and there's a little person, they make the splash, little splash. And you take the big wind up and it's like a little tidal wave. That's what we want to do with our content. We want to get this really passionate piece of information delivered in only a way that we could deliver it. Get it long form, or I like medium form, because I think the world is past the point of real long form content unless you break it down into chapters and it's easy to see what people can skip to. I digress. Get a really passionate medium form piece of content, 5-7 minutes, and really get in on what it is that you want to teach these people about, because it's coming from you. And you take that and you break that down into smaller pieces of content, because AI can take a medium form video, break that down, turn it into clips, turn it into a highlight, take the transcript of that, utilize that to make social posts, to make X posts, threads, captions, text overlays, okay? And that piece of content can be utilized for a week, and then you follow, okay? You follow that same content path, because this is the thing that you're excited about. See, I enjoy and really love the idea of speaking about the things that you love and leadership, and doing it from a place that feels good. Minimal effort, maximum greatness. That's what I'm about, because it's that energy piece. Because what's the point of gaining the achievements and the accolades if you don't have the energy to actually enjoy it? If you are constantly submerged in work, constantly blowing off your friends and your family because you must work more, I don't care how much money you got, you're broke. I don't care how much your savings and all that is going, you can't take it with you. The people you love gonna get tired of inviting you out. Then you finally gonna look up and then everybody gone. So what do we do to avoid that? Do you have a couple of hours to batch out videos? Do you have a couple of hours to take those videos and repurpose them to put them on multiple platforms? Now that you have a plan on what it is that you really want to be known for, what you want to be known for, if you could look back on yourself and be like, yo, I want to be known for this. For me, I am on my way to be a strategic legacy architect, okay? Because it is my pleasure to help other people get out their legacy building systems, and they feel good. And here's the beauty about when people feel good, they continue to do it, and they evolve and they grow, because one passion leads and opens up the door to another passion, and that passion leads to another passion, and your purpose is exposed, because you're growing into the person that you always were, always meant to be. And it's not the hamster wheel. Because think about it like this. You know those people who seem sluggish, kind of like sloths, and then you ask them about that topic, right? And you see them, they perk up, they get a little bit bigger, and they speed up. They don't burn out. Sometimes you gotta tell them to slow down. Like, whoa. There's so much, it's a lot of information you're throwing at me at one time. I need a little bit of time to digest this. Give me a second. But they come alive. And then you can do one of two things with those people, right? You either make sure you dial in when you talk to them about that topic, or you could do the dance to get away from that topic. Either way, you know, when that topic comes, they will be full of vitality. And now let's do that for you. We create a topical authority and do those things because when you are putting out in the world the message you desire, that is when you become a true leader. You will do the research. You will build the skills. You will show up because it's a calling. It's a drive that you can't turn off. That's the basis of this divine, pleasure-led system. This legacy building architect, that is when your spark becomes a flame. And then guess what? You have created this wave of repurposed content that's hitting the platforms and delivering the message that you desire. So now you're showing up everywhere. And I call that omnipresent because you're on all the platforms all the time without necessarily having to be the one always on there. So the content wave starts off with this beautiful drive of energy, and then it rushes up, and then it crescendos, and then it comes down, boom, and that's the delivery, right? It just spreads itself out to all the platforms. And then guess what? Because we know which direction we're riding this wave in, then comes the next one, boom, and then it's disseminated, boom, and we can continue to do this. And this beats having to figure out what you're going to speak about, discuss, and talk about each and every day. Because one of the most daunting things is when you attempt to squeeze yourself in a box and you wonder, how am I going to get people's attention? That's not what we do around here. Not what we do around here. We're flipping that. This is what I do. I am calling you. You need assistance in this. This is what we help with. This is what we assist with. And we lead from that energy. And that feels good because you are authentic from the moment that you discuss what your drive is, what your desires are, and who you are to help. And you continue in that place. Because I don't know if you've ever met one of those people who drew you in with the proper buzzwords and then you met them and you're like, but this ain't what I signed up for. And if you're anything like me, I didn't want to be that person. So it took me a while to kind of stay back in my lane to figure out what it is that I wanted to do. Now I know. Getting people to deliver their message and let it live so they can constantly be a presence while still valuing their presence into the people who desire their presence. That's pleasure. That's legacy. Because you're everywhere you need to be. At the same time, you're everywhere you want to be. That's dope. That's legacy. That's fire. So let's continue this content wave. And as always, man, it's been my pleasure. And I will see you soon.